Oh, my phone says 5:02 and y'all are here on time, so we're going to get started. I've got a couple more that might pop in just a second, which is just fine. So, all right. All right. Thank you very much, Doris. All right. Let's just start tapping your toes out. Tap and tap. Just oh so hard for me to tell how that music sounds to all of you. So it's just fine. Thank you very much for the feedback. I appreciate that. Swing one arm side to side. I don't know if anyone else had to get out and shovel the ridiculously heavy snow yesterday, but holy smokes, my arms are feeling sore today. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Switch those arms. Other arm swing. I did get outside with my 3.5-year-old yesterday, and we got to do a little bit of playing in the snow. 4, 3, 2, hamstring curls. The best part was I put on my snowboard goggles, and he put on his swim goggles. Those are the only goggles he had available. So he had his swim goggles on outside playing. He loved it every second. He got the sled out. Why not enjoy it? I don't think I can just sit inside all winter and just look at the snow and complain about it. So we're going to get out and enjoy it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Set those feet about hip width apart and just come on down and up. At the top, making sure you're pushing your hips forward, squeezing your tush together, down and up. Again, this does not have to be a super low squat. I'm actually going to give you an opportunity to go even lower in your squat tonight than maybe you usually do. And if you choose not to, that is absolutely fine. I'm just giving some options. That's all. That doesn't mean you're failing. 4, 3, just 2 to go. 2, and 1. Go ahead and step one foot back. Don't care which one it is. And come on up. Lunging, stretching out those hip flexors a little bit. If you're like me and maybe sat a little too much today. Good. I feel like I sit more in the winter only because I'm freezing. So I would prefer to be sitting at my desk with a big old blanket on my lap. It also doesn't help the movement that needs to happen throughout the day. Good. We've got 4 more. Two more each side. 4, 3, 2. And I want you to step back your opposite leg. Don't care which one. Go ahead and hold it back. Lean slightly forward, so you're leaning over that front leg, arms out, and pull your knee in, up, up. Warming up those legs, keeping in mind you've got squats and lunges coming up first. 4, 3, 2, go ahead and switch that leg. Come on back, lean forward, up. Keep going, just gotta admit, Deborah here. Up, 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 up. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up, shake out those legs however you choose. Sometimes I like a little bounce side to side. You feel like you want more of a jump rope, just keep those feet together. Also can do a nice solid march. Jumping is not necessary in class. If I don't give you an option and you say, I'd prefer to do this, go ahead and do it. I'm none the wiser. The good news, you made it. It's cold outside. We're still working out. I'm hoping for a little bit of sweat on because I'm still freezing from the day. 4, 3, 2, jumping jacks. Again, jumping not necessary. You can tap that foot out to the side. Up, up. Good. 4, 3, almost done with that warm up. 2, and 1. Tap those toes right and left. Tap and tap. All right, we're going to go into our first block. Our first block is going to be legs. We're going to start with some squats and some lunges and some curtsy lunges today. So first of all, I want you to think about what weight do I want to hold and do a squat with. That's the weight I want you to have ready for your hands. Then I want you to find another set of weights if you have a second available. And I want you to set them nose to nose or number to number. So you can see I've got them side by side, and then I'm going to pick up the weights that I prefer to squat with. We'll see how this goes. So move number 1, you're going to have your heels on your weights. Your toes must remain on the floor. If you feel like you can't keep your toes on the floor, I want you just to step forward off your weights. Feet are going to be flat on the floor. Now, because I have you with your heels lifted, even if you have tight hip flexors, you're probably going to be able to squat a little bit lower than you normally would. We're going to go down for 2 and up for 2. We're going to do nice and slow because I don't want us to fall off these weights. Reminder, toes are staying on the floor the entire time. In 4, 3, 2, weights by your side. Here we go. Down and up. Now, if you look at me and you say, no way, Tiffany, there's no way I can do that deep of a squat. That's okay. I want you to do the squat that feels good to you, but also feels challenging. So as you come up, I need you to push through the heels that are on the weights. And at the top, not only do I want you to squeeze your tush, I want you to squeeze your thighs. I want you to squeeze your quads at the top. So you've got a nice strong leg at the top. Good. Now, about this time, you might start saying, ooh, my legs are feeling some warmth. That is great. That's exactly what we're looking for. It's exactly the type of workout that we're hoping for. Good. Down and up. We have 4 more to go. Down and up. 3 more. 3 and lift. Just 2 more. Down and up. 1 more time. Down and up. Now I want you to come down about halfway and hold. 4, 3, 2, stand yourself up. Now I need you to make sure you have room behind you because we are going to bring a leg back. So I'm just going to slide my weight out of the way. We're going to come back to those in just a second. We're going to start with our right leg back. So let me show you what we're doing. We're doing a lunge to a curtsy lunge. So you're going to do 1 lunge down. You can either stand up, take your toe back, then do a curtsy, or if you want something just a touch more challenging, as you come down and you pop up, you're going to lift your foot, plant it, lift your foot, and plant it. The lift is not necessary, but you're going to get a little bit more in your glute if you choose that option. We're going to go down for 2, up for 2, down for 2, up for 2. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Down, lift if you choose to pop that foot, down, 2, lift, 2, down, good, down, 2, lift, 2, down. So you can see this is the option if you choose not to lift your toe, down, 2, lift, move your foot, down, 2, pop it off the floor, down, 2, pop it off the floor, down, 2, up, 2, down, kind of like a song, pop it off the floor, down, 2, pop, up, down, 2, hips stay nice and square. So your hips are facing the TV, camera, whatever you've got in front of you that you're watching me on, your tablet, your phone, whatever it is, make sure those hips are facing towards it the entire time. Good. Down, 2, up, up, down, 2. That second count gives you time to move your foot. Up, up, down, 2. 2 more each side. We're not coming back to this side, so we really got to make sure we get some heat moving. Good. Yes, yes, yes. 1 more time. Down, 2, up, up, down, 2, up, up. Great. Now, if you just finished that and you said, holy moly, Tiffany, my legs are feeling like there's some fire going on, you are perfect. If you say, holy moly, I couldn't even do half of those because my leg was too on fire, you might need to come down just to touching your weight. Coming down doesn't mean you're failing at all. Coming down means you're listening to your body, doing quality movement. You move those weights, go ahead and bring them back. I'm stepping on a pair of 10s. Doesn't matter what size they are because you're just stepping on them anyway. And I'm actually going to come down a touch in my weight for these. I want to make sure I'm doing them right. I don't have a curvature in my back. All right, come on up on your weights. I'm going to come to the side for this time, just so you can see what another view looks like. A little harder to move quickly. When I've got my weights in 4, 3, toes down on the floor. Here we go. Down, and up. You can see my knees are coming forward just a little bit, but they shouldn't be coming forward a ton. Down, 2, up, 2. Good. Down. Almost like you're running your back against the wall. You can see I'm slightly, ever so slightly leaning forward. Bit probably because I've got tight hamstrings, tight hip flexors. Good. But it should be as up and down as possible. If you don't know if you're up and down, go ahead and find a reflection in something. Maybe you've got a mirror. Heck, maybe you can have your phone. Just put it on selfie mode. Turn the camera around, then you can see what you look like as you're coming down and up. Looking at yourself is also important, especially when we're not all in a room together. You have 4 more to go. And up, good. Leg muscles are big muscles. Bigger the muscle, the more calorie burn you get as you move it, but it also means you got to move it quite a lot because they're usually pretty strong. All right, come on down. Let's hold in 4, 3, 2, stand yourself up. If you'd like, you can set those weights to the side. I'm going to choose to do that to get them out of the way for me. Now, I switched weights, but I'm actually going to go back to my heaviers only because I want to try to make sure both sides are even. If you say no way, no how, can't do it, that's fine. Just note that in your brain. Okay, this side's a little weaker. Maybe I'll try to work this side just a touch more next time. Left leg's going to be back, or the opposite one from what you had before. Toe is going to be back. 4, 3, 2, down for 2. Down, 2, up, 2. Down, and up. Remember, you do not have to pop your foot off the floor. You can simply walk it behind. Down, 2, up, 2, down, 2, or you can pop that foot off. Down, 2, pop it off the floor. Down, 2, pop it off the floor. That's just giving the glute of the leg that's back a little bit of an extra squeeze. That's all that's doing. Down, 2, up, 2, down, and up. Awesome work. Yes. Leg work is oh so hard, but oh so rewarding. Down, 2, up, 2, down, and up. You've got 2 more each way. Down, and lift, down, and lift. 1 more time each way. Down, 2, up, 2, down, 2, up, 2. Fantastic. Go ahead and put those weights down. We're going to come down to the floor. We're going to be in a bear position, which is essentially tabletop with your knees lifted. Now, I'm going to kind of do a couple different positions for you so you can see what I mean. This is technically a cardio move. Doesn't mean we have to be jumping around all over the place. It's going to get your heart rate up. So you're going to tuck your toes and you're going to slightly lift your knees off the floor. Option 1, hop to the side, middle, side, middle. You can see I'm not all over the place. It's nice and tight. Side, middle, Option 2 would be stepping a foot. So instead of both feet together, it's out, out, middle, out, out, middle. Other option, out, out, hop to the middle, out, out, hop to the middle. Other option, you say I don't want to move at all. You just simply hold with your knees slightly off the floor. Remember, we're not cat back, not cow back. We've got a nice flat back. You've got 45 seconds. I'm going to turn myself just a touch more so I can see that clock. You've got 45 seconds for your first cardio move. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Knees up, side to side. Now, you say, Tiffany, you're nuts. There's no way I'm hopping. That's okay. Just step your feet, side, middle, side to the middle, side to the middle. Even if you're not hopping, that doesn't mean you're not getting your heart rate up. You're a third of the way there. Don't give up. If you need to, just hold in the middle. Just hold, pressing through those palms. Your legs are going to start to yell at me. And then I'm going to tell you, you only have 15 seconds left to go. Good, keep going. If you need to hold, just hold. 10 seconds. Don't give up. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and come on down on your knees. Congratulations. I think that was the hardest block we have. So now we can just like relax and lay around the last 42 minutes of class. Just kidding. I'm going to grab a little bit of water and we're going to come down on our back. We're going to work some chest work. And no, nothing is a push-up tonight. You're welcome. So move number 1, we're going to do a chest fly on our back. Move number 2, we're going to do a press, but we're going to add a leg drop with it. So if you want 2 sets of weights, I can typically do a little bit heavier when it comes to chest press, a little lighter as I have to open up my arms. So I'm going to choose 2 different weights to bring down with me. I'm going to have it on either side of my body. And I'm going to grab my towel as well and lay it out. This floor is rather hard in here. Having a towel is a lot easier to throw in the washing machine when I get home than having a mat. So I choose the towel option. If you have a mat at home, that's actually what I would recommend. All right. Little lighter weights if you've got 2 sets. Palms are going to be facing each other. Feet are flat on the floor. We're going to open up those arms and hug that tree in 4, 3, 2, here we go. Open and close. Open and close. If you get through a couple and you find that you have to lift your back off the floor to give yourself some momentum to bring your arms up, weight's a little too heavy. If you get to this point and you say, Tiffany, I literally feel nothing, I'm not really sure what a chest fly should be working, you probably need a heavier weight. The other option, because I acknowledge weights are hard to come by, you might not have the correct weight that you would need if you were in the gym, straighten your arms a little bit more. So the longer your arm, the longer the lever, the harder it makes it seem. Good. It's a lot harder than when your elbow is nice and bent. So open and close. Other option, if it's not hard enough, you can always lift your hips off the floor. You're going to get a little bit more in that chest. It's going to feel a little bit harder. Good. 3 more. Down and up. You've got 2 left to go. Down and up. 1 more time. Down and up. Lower your hips if you've got them up. If you're choosing to switch your weights, please do so now. We're going to go back to that chest press. So it's going to be pressing up over your head, or over your chest rather, and we're going to add a leg drop. So especially if you don't have heavy enough weights, we're going to make it a little bit harder here. So my legs are going to be straight up overhead. I'll give you another option as well. As you bring your elbows down, you're going to lower a leg and lift. Other option, knees bent, lower and lift. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Lower those arms, lower a leg and lift. Now switch legs. Other side and lift. Don't forget, just because your legs are bent does not really mean it's easier at all. It's still rather challenging. If you find this too challenging, put your feet down just like as the fly, and you go ahead and lower and press. And lower and press. Good. When I'm giving other options, if you say, well, I'll just do what Tiffany does because it's easier, don't do that. Go to the harder option. Even if I'm demoing something a little bit less challenging for you, self-accountability here. It's probably the name of the game for all these at-home workouts. Good. 4, almost there. 3, good. 2, 1 last time, and 1. Go ahead and bend those knees. If you're choosing to switch your weights for the chest fly, go ahead and do that now. So I'm sitting up. I'm only going down about 2.5 pounds per weight, but that's perfect for me. Whatever is perfect for you. If you like the same weight with both, you stick with the same weight for both. If you can do something heavier with the fly and less heavy with the chest press, that is also perfectly fine. There's no wrong answer here. 4, 3, 2, open those arms. Open and close. The only wrong answer is giving up. There's always a modification you can do. You can also not lower your arms as low. You can keep them closer, or you can bring them to the floor. Just don't drop your arms to the floor. Good. Nice and controlled. Coming down. Nice and controlled. Coming up. Open and closed. open, and closed. Good. Yes. Open and close. It's good to have all the muscle groups. It's also good to have different planes of motion. So bringing your arms out and then more of a press for our second move. 4, 3. We'll imagine hugging all of our friends here. 2, you've got one more time. And 1, fantastic. Again, if you're switching your weight, set your weights down rather, so you can sit yourself up, grab that other set of weights. We're gonna keep them down open from our chest. Arms or legs are gonna be up, and then followed by those arms coming up. Remember, as we come down, one of your legs comes down, or you've got those knees bent doing the same movement. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Down and lift, pressing through that chest. So it's almost as if the floor was on top of you and you had to push the floor away, just like you do if you were doing a push-up, except now you're just pushing your weight away. So you can be thankful you're not having to push your entire body weight up and away from the floor. Just got those weights in your hands, even though they might be getting heavy. Mine absolutely are. And lift. We do have a core move after this. Those bears we had to do last time felt a little core-like, a little cardio-like. That's why I like them so much. Good. You've got 4 more to go. And lift. 3. And up. 2. One more time. Lower. And lift. Fantastic. Everybody put those weights down. If you need to sit yourself up to safely get the weights down, go ahead and do that. Just make sure they're outside of you. We're doing a core move called the suitcase crunch. Many of us are not packing suitcases these days, so we're going to do a crunch titled suitcase crunches instead. So arms are going to be up overhead. Arms overhead might feel a little harder, or seem a little harder, but it's actually going to help with some momentum. Your knees are going to be bent. I don't care if your heels or toes are on the floor or not, but you're going to simply sit yourself up. You're going to lift your feet off the floor and touch under your legs. Option 2, you can come up and just lift one leg. Option 3, you can pull yourself up and just touch under those legs. You don't have to lift your feet off the floor at all. So there's lots of different options. Arms up overhead. We're going in 4, 3, 2, here we go. You're lifting up and down. If you've got a crazy strong core, other option would be to float those legs. You can even keep those legs closer to the floor if you so choose. I'm still working on getting that core back after baby. So for me, extending my legs is not really in the cards for right now. That doesn't mean not ever. So hopefully not ever for you as well. But as you keep practicing and getting stronger, I'm confident you'll get there. Promise. Good. You are almost there. You've got just 10 seconds left to go. Again, you can just do one leg or keep both feet on the floor. In 4, 3, give me one more wherever you are. One more. Awesome. If you feel like you want a good long stretch for long body, go ahead and take it. And then we're going to work on some back. We are going to be down on the floor for move number 1. Move number 2, we're going to come up to standing and we're going to have a little lighter weight. So move number 1 is called a renegade row. There's a couple options. You can be in a full plank or you can be down on your knees. So let me demo both before we get started here. By the way, if you ever feel like my breaks are too long for you and you want less of a break, you go right ahead into the move as I'm finishing explaining it. That is absolutely fine. So renegade row, weights are going to be under your shoulders. Full plank here. We're going to bring our weight up and down, up and down. Other option, knees, same position. You're going to bring your weight up and down. I like to think about bringing my weight outside of my hip. Don't think about bringing it here. Don't bring it up to your armpit. Bring it more to that hip. Now, you choose plank, no plank, plank, or knees. 4, 3, 2, here we go. Up and down. If you feel like the break coming through the second time is also too long, you can go ahead and start in the move. That is absolutely fine. Don't feel like you have to wait for me. Again, that's one of the hard things to tell as we're not in the studio together, is how much of a break people really need, because I can't see you. We're not interacting. I can't tell how out of breath you are. Do need you to keep breathing. Exhale as you lift that weight and inhale as you lower. Exhale and inhale. If you're getting to this point and you're on your toes and you're finding yourself really having to do this and shift side to side, go ahead and come to the knees. Stick with the same move. I want you to think about pulling your shoulder blades together as you pull that weight back. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Now we're going to come up on our feet. More than likely, you're going to need something a little bit lighter here. We are going to be standing, and we're going to be circling our arm around. So I started with the 12.5, and I'm now at a 7.5. So I'm about half of what I was. You're going to come here. Knees are going to be slightly bent. Weights are going to be out in front, and we're going to circle our arm around, and we're going to circle our arm around. So that's why you need something a little lighter. Other option, drop your weights all together. Knees are slightly bent, weights are down in front. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Circle around and circle around. Good. Circle and circle. Just pulling those weights around your body, almost like you're drawing a big circle. The key here is that basically your shoulders stay pointed towards however you're watching, or at whatever you're watching me on. So at your TV or your tablet or your phone. I don't want this. Don't open up that way. We're staying facing forward. Does that mean your range of motion might be a little bit less? Absolutely. That's also what we're working here. We are working our range of motion. Good. 4, 3, 2, one more time, and 1. Awesome. If you're choosing a little heavier weight or a different weight for the renegade row, just put those other weights off to the side and then come on back down. We're back to that renegade row. If you choose to not be on your knees or not in plank and you want to stand and do this, it's the exact same movement, just standing, and you can also alternate those arms. Plank position if you're choosing, otherwise on those knees. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Now, if you find you are doing this and you're having to shift side to side, I want you to spread your feet. So the wider your feet are, the more of a base you have. So if you're choosing to be in a plank, a wider base will help you get a little more stability. You still say, nope, I need to drop to my knees. You can also keep your knees wide. That's going to help make sure that you're not twisting and turning all over the place. Good. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift and lower, lift. Good. You have 6 more to go. 5, bringing that weight to the hip. 4, 3, elbow up. 2, one more time, and 1. Fantastic. Drop to those knees if you aren't already and come up to standing. I'm going to grab my little lighter set of weights. Remember, knees are slightly bent. It's very important you have your knees slightly bent. If you're here and trying to twist, it's going to hurt your back. So please don't do that. Knees are slightly bent. Weights are in front. In 4, 3, 2, circle around and circle around. You can see I'm not necessarily opening up. I'm not here opening up my chest to all of you. I'm to the side. Only can I see all of you, meaning your name's on the screen, because I turn my head, not because I'm facing all of you, such as this. You can see I'm staying as nice and forward as I can. We'll say this Zoom stuff helps make sure that I've got the right form, because I get to look at myself, making sure I've got that correct form. It's not a do as I say, not as I do situation. It's doing as I say and doing as I do, circling around and around. Awesome. 6 more, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, one more time, and 1. Fantastic. Please make sure your weights are out of the way because we are going to a cardio move. We're going to have a little bit of jumping if you so choose. Don't worry, there's a non-jumping option as always. It's a sumo squat jump. So it's just a little jump. It's not going to be super big. Knees are going to be slightly bent, and you're just going to come up and down. You say, Tiffany, jumping, not in my plan for today. I want you to come off your heels and down, heels and down. Heart rate still is going to come up because you're changing levels. You're getting higher and lower. We've got 45 seconds to do it. Come on down, bending those knees in 4, 3, 2, here we go. Little hops, hop, hop. We're getting those legs nice and warm because the next series are hamstrings. Spoiler alert. Good. Little bit of a hop. Again, don't forget, up off your heels is another option. You can see I still have power as I come up and down. Power. Good. Yes. You want to go back to those hops? You can go back to the hops. Now, do not sound like an elephant in your house. You want a nice, easy lower. You're rolling through your feet, coming up, coming down. Good. Yes, yes, yes. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2. One more time. Awesome. Holy moly's. My legs are already sore. I don't know how I'm going to do this hamstring, but we're going to do it together. We're going to help each other. So, our second hamstring move is quite possibly my favorite hamstring move, or favorite leg move rather. It's not really a hamstring move that we're gonna do. So the only difference from how we usually do this is that move number 1, we're gonna do one side then the other. Move number 2, we're gonna do one side then the other, and then core. So we're not gonna come back to move number 1 after we finish with each side. Move number 1 is a single leg squat. You have 2 options. 2 weights, holding here, squatting down and up. 1 weight, you're gonna hold in the leg that's lifted, so here. And the other arm, if you so choose or need it, could be on a chair. It could be on something to help stabilize you. If you've got balance issues today, the other option is your toe can be down behind you. Okay, so if 1 weight, just make sure it's in the opposite leg that's not forward. I'm gonna pick, heck, let's pick 2 weights. Let's see how this goes tonight. All right, so I'm gonna start with my right leg. Left leg is going to be back. Remember, left leg, your toe can be on the floor. Try not to put a crunch in your shoe though. So there's no crease in your shoe. Other option, leg is lifted. 4, 3, 2, coming down and up. Now let me show you here. My knee is bending and I'm lifting. Knee is bending and lifting. This is not a single leg squat. That's more of a single leg deadlift. I want you more single leg squat and up. I know it's hard to see with my weight there. So as I come up and push up, I'm pushing through my heel, which activates my glute. Now, if I said, oh, I'm having a lot of problem with balance, I'm just gonna simply put the toe behind me on the floor. Might mean you get a little bit lower, so heck, maybe a little bit more of a workout. Good, and up, down, and lift. Also keep in mind, my weights are not coming here. That's not the point at all. The point is to bend your knee and straighten your leg. Bend your leg and straighten your leg. You have 4 more and lift. 3, don't care if you're going as fast as I am or as slow as I am. 2, you've got 1 more time, down and lift. Go ahead and shake out that leg. Take a breather. Ideally, you would use the same weight, so then we've got even butt cheeks. If you say, nope, I know my other side is stronger or weaker, go ahead and adjust. Other option is just 1 weight as well. All right, my left leg is down, my right leg will be lifted this time. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Down and lift. Again, it's not at all about doing this and getting all the way down. That makes us feel like we're getting very low. But when we get low like that, our leg might say, I'm gonna stop moving. She looks like she's pretty close to the floor. Yep, but I bet I could bend a little more if I didn't bend over. So bending and straightening, bending and straightening. Keeping in mind that shoe can be on the floor behind me or behind you if that's your option. If you're spending more time wobbling and falling over, that just means you need to put your toe down. Absolutely does not mean you're not getting the same amount of workout. Just means you're getting all of the workout because you're not spending time falling over. Good. You can see I kind of tap my toe in between at times just to reset my balance. I need help balancing at times as well. Good. 4 more. And lift. 3. Good. 2 more. 2. Last time. 1 more. And 1. All right, we're going to come down to the mat. I want you to have a lighter weight close by because our core move, we're going to use a light weight. And then I don't care which side you come and lay on. You can lay on either side to start. I'm going to start by laying on my right, which might look like my left to you. Now, there's a couple rules I have for this. Those that have taken my class before probably know what's coming. You may or may not be excited. These are my favorite moves ever. So, legs are stacked, and then I want you to take your bottom leg and bend it to 90 degrees. Elbow is either on the floor, or you could have your arm on the floor with your head rested. The key here is this top elbow must stay on the mat or the floor the entire time. So I don't care how you do that, but your top elbow must stay on the floor. Now, bring your leg out in front of you just a touch. And I want you to lift it and lower it. Lift and lower. Now, if your leg's up here, we're not doing the Jane Fonda workout. It kind of feels like it, but we're not doing the Jane Fonda workout. We're just lifting it slightly. Just slightly. You'll see why in a second. Hold your leg up. Now circle forward, 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 forward. Good. Don't worry, I'm counting. You just don't know how many I'm counting to. Good. Now take it backwards. Now, pretty soon, you're going to start saying, oh, yep. Now I see why that's Tiffany's favorite, because it's probably the second hardest thing we're going to do tonight outside of that first block of work with those bears I made you do. Good. Circle forward. Yes. Yep. I'm still counting. Don't worry. You don't need to count. You just need to think about circling your leg almost like you're mixing up something. A cake, some bread, some cookies, whatever, a salad, whatever you want to mix up. Go ahead and circle your leg back. At this point, if you're not starting to feel like the outside of your leg may or may not fall off, the outside of your bum, kind of the love handle area, I need you to bring your leg out in front of you just a touch. Now take your toe and tap it and lift. Tap and lift. You all can let me know in the comments on your way out of the room tonight if you felt this move or not. And if the answer is no, I want to meet you in person someday because my butt's on fire. Good. Now go ahead and hold it up. 4, 3, 2, bring your knee in. This is especially not weird because you are all at home. Go ahead and pat on your bum. It's only weird for me because you can all see me. Go ahead and pat on your bum. That's exactly where you should feel it. Now, as you collect your thoughts, I want you to come to the other side. As I mentioned, we'll come right to the other side right away. And we'll make sure we get set up correctly on this side. So again, I like to have my head kind of up. Feet are out, but the bottom leg now will bend to a 90 degree. Top leg comes forward just a touch, and my top elbow is down. Top elbow is the only rule I have in this move. That leg can be further back. If it becomes too challenging, just bring your leg back just a touch. Not as challenging, bring it forward. Here we go. Lift, lower. Now might be a good time to tell you that this side is going to feel harder faster because it slightly had to support you on the other side. I have not done this move in probably a year. Holy moly's, I forgot how hard it feels. Go ahead and circle forward. Let's go back to mixing whatever you're going to mix up. Good. Maybe it's not even food. Maybe it's something else you want to think about. Good. Yes. Now go ahead and circle backwards. And back, back, back. You should start feeling it about right here. Side of that bum. Good. Yep. All right, let's go forward. Here we go. You know we only have to go forward 2 times, so you're in your second time through going forward. I am still counting in my head. Is your top elbow down? Circle back. That is the key. Top elbow down. It's going to make it feel harder, but it's going to make every circle worth it. Good. 2 more. All right, now tap your toe and lift, tap, lift, tap. If you're not starting to kind of go, ugh, bring your leg a little more forward, because I promise that's going to help give you the, ugh. Good. Now hold it up. Hold. 4, 3, 2. Bring your knee in. Holy moly's. You can give it a little bit of a tap, tap, tap. We absolutely don't do those every week, but those are a good one to do if you want to sit around in front of the TV and watch something and do some leg lifts. It's kind of like Jane Fonda, but you don't have to get your leg as high or be as flexible, which is great. All right, our core move, it's going to be a C curve pass. You can absolutely do this without a weight, but I'm going to show you it with a weight. You're going to be sitting here. Weight is going to be out. You're going to slightly curve back. So instead of all the way here, you're going to sit back into that C curve, weight in one hand, and you're going to open and bring it up to the middle, and open and bring it up to the middle. Go ahead and throw that. Hold that weight out. Don't throw it anywhere. Here we go. You're rotating open. So this time I do want you to rotate open to the side. I know you can't see when I come to the back, but I do want you to rotate open and up. You just have 45 seconds, and good news, you're already a third of the way finished, 2/3 to go. Next block of work is going to have some shoulders, and we're going to have some cardio at the end of that block. We finished with biceps and triceps. You're already 3/4 of the way through class. You've got a third left to go on this move, meaning just less than 15 seconds. Good, almost there. One more each way. Open and close. One more. Open and close. Fantastic. All right. Shoulders. Maybe not my favorite necessarily. Shoulders are hard. Shoulders are little muscles. They get sore very quickly, tired very quickly. But good news, we have our last cardio block after our couple of shoulder moves. Move number 1 for shoulders, you might be able to go a touch heavier. Move number 2, you might want to go a little lighter. I'm going to start with my 10s. We are going to do an overhead press. So very similar to our chest press, except now we're standing to do it. So I like personally to take a toe and put it back behind me. If you don't, that's fine, but make sure this is not what you're doing when you're pressing your weights overhead. If you find yourself doing that, take a toe behind, and it helps anchor you to make sure you're not coming backwards. I'm going to stay this way just so you can see what I mean. Weights are going to be up by your shoulders. You can see I've got goalpost arms. 4, 3, 2, press them up overhead and come on down. Now, if I did not have my foot back, I might find myself doing this. That hurts a lot on my lower back. So by putting my toe back, I can stay more upright. I know it seems kind of silly, but it's not at all. Press up. You might also feel a little bit of your chest working here from those chest presses that we did earlier. Good, press up. One of the upsides of shoulders is that because they're so small, the muscles that we're working, we don't have to do them quite as much. Don't have to do quite as many of them. Good, you have 4 more, plus move number 2 is kind of a doozy. 3, 2, one more time, and 1. If you have a slightly lighter weight, I think it would be advantageous for you to grab that. I'm going to grab a set of 5s from over here that I did not originally grab. And we're going to start with our right leg forward and our left leg back. So you say, Tiffany, we already did lunges. I know we did, but the difference is your back leg is now straight. So you actually are feeling a bit more of a stretch in the leg that's back. We're not here. That would be a lunge. We're just going to hold here. Now, when you're holding there, your weights are going to be by your sides, and we're going to lift up, touch them in the middle, out, and lower down. This is why you might want something lighter, or you might choose to get rid of your weights altogether, which is absolutely fine. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Up, middle, out, and lower. Up, middle. If at any time your arms are getting tired, I want you just to bend your elbows a little bit. Just a little bit. And then maybe you say, oh, I'm feeling good again. I feel like I can come back in it. Feel like I can straighten those arms. The goal is that you have a straight arm, straight arm, straight arm, lower down. That is the goal. You feel like you want more in the legs, you simply bend your front leg more. So even though my front leg is bent more, my back leg is still straight. Still not a lunge here. I've still got a straight leg. Open and down. Good. Up. Middle. Open. 2 more times through. Up. Middle. Open. Shoulders should be getting tired. Up. Middle. Open and down. Come on up. I'm going to get rid of these weights. I'm going to pick up my 10s again to come up for those overhead presses, and then I'll switch to those 5s again. So don't care if you decide that you want to switch the foot that's back. Remember, it's just simply a kickstand, not a lunge at all. Shoulders up. 4, 3, 2, here we go. Up and lower. Good. Up and lower. Press up and lower. If you find yourself at all feeling like you're leaning back and you do not have your foot back, I want you just to simply step your foot back. It's going to help. The goal of shoulders is not to hurt your lower back. That's not at all why we do it. Good. You have 4 more and lower. 3 and down. Good. 2 and down. One last time. Up and down. Go ahead and lower those legs down. This time we're going to have our opposite leg forward. So if you followed me last time, your left leg is going to be forward, right leg is back. Reminder, my right leg is not bent. It's not a lunge. It's more of a static lunge hold, meaning my back leg is straight. All right, weights beside your side in 4, 3, 2, here we go. Up, middle, open. This is a very challenging move because your arms are straight. Your weights are as far out from your body as you can get them. Good. Again, arms can be slightly bent as well if you need a little bit of assistance. The other option could also be doing one at a time. So if you feel like, oof, 2 arms too much, if you've got weights, you say 1 arm too much, I want you to drop your weights. Arms still weigh something. Don't discount that. Up, middle, open, and down. Good. Up, middle. Good. You have 2 more times through. That's it. Then we're going to go to that cardio move. 1 more time. Up, middle, out, lower down. Please get your weights off to the side because we are going to be moving side to side. So I want to make sure we don't run into our weights at all. Let me get 1 more out of the way. There we go. All right. Last cardio move of the night is going to be skaters. So you can either choose stepping and reaching, or you can do a hop and a reach. It's completely your choice. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. You can hop and reach. You can also step and reach. You can make this as hard as you want. I actually think skaters are almost a harder move than just something like a jump squat. To hop side to side and do the reach because you're coming down and then coming up is a very challenging cardio move. Cardio is not always bad. Doesn't always have to have some impact either. You can step those feet side to side and reach and reach. 10 seconds to go of the last cardio move. Biceps, triceps coming up next. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Feel like you need a little bit of a shoulder shrug. Awesome. Yes. Rolling those shoulders back. All right. Biceps, triceps. 1 last core at the end. You're out of here. We have 9 minutes. We're going to get it done. Promise. All right. Biceps. You need a weight? You can do a bicep curl with. We're not just going to do a normal bicep curl. It's not usually my jam. Move number 2, spoiler alert, it is a tricep push-up. I will absolutely be doing these on my knees. It's the one thing I'm not very good at on my toes is tricep push-ups. So if you have to do that too, that is absolutely fine. All right, biceps. You're going to start with your weights up at your shoulders. We're going to come down halfway. Knees are slightly bent. Here we go. Halfway, lift. Half, lift. Half, and half. Now, I want you to lower your arms all the way down, come up halfway. Half, lower, half, lower. 2 more halfway. Good, 1 more halfway. Awesome, lower all the way down, come all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, and down. You have 4 more, all the way up, and down, and 3, and down, 2, good, all the way up, come down halfway and hold for 4, 3, 2, lower them down. Go ahead and set your weights down. You don't need anything for those tricep push-ups, except maybe something for your knees. Other option can be doing this against a wall. So you could be up against a wall here doing the same move. The important part is your elbows stay close versus elbows coming out, like when we were doing a push-up, if we were doing a push-up, which we did not do tonight. Knees are going to be on the floor, toes are going to be down. If you can do these on your toes without being on your knees, you get it, because that's amazing. I am not there today. Here we go. We're going to come down and push up and down. Now, if you say, Tiffany, there's no way I can get my chest to the mat, that is just fine, or to the floor. You just bend those elbows wherever you can and press. Down and press. We have 4 and press, 3 and press, 2 and up. One more time, down and up. Come on up. We go right to those biceps because they are an opposing muscle group. So we can get back to those biceps much more quickly than we could if we were doing bicep to bicep. Hands up to shoulders in 4, 3, 2, here we go. Down and up, down, up, down, up. Good, you have 2 more here. So we're increasing this halfway move by just 1 or 2, all the way down. Here we go, halfway up and lower, up. You have 4 more to go. We just did 4 of these last time. This time we're hitting the 6. Good, you have 2 more. 2 and 1, good. We have 6 full curls and 5 and 4, almost there. 3, so close. 2, 1 more time, and 1. Go ahead and set those weights off to the side. No more weights for tonight except body weight, which I argue with tricep push-ups is way harder than just doing a tricep kickback. All right, toes on the floor or on your knees. 4, 3, 2, here we go. Down and lift. If you say, Tiffany, I can't go as fast as you can, that's fine. You don't have to go as fast as I am or as slow as I am. If you want to go faster, you go right ahead. We have 4, 3, 2, 1 more time, and 1. Now you're going to get just a short little break. Your core move is a plank of choice. Your plank can be on your knees. Your plank can be on your toes. You can be in a side plank. If you choose that, I will just tell you when we're halfway through, which I'll tell you either way. You can choose to do a plank half on your knees, half on your toes. You choose. Elbows, hands, don't care, but we've got 45 seconds. Come on down. 4, 3, 2. No matter how I time this, I feel like I'm always running out of time. I always want to sit and work out with y'all for a little bit longer. Again, if you say, Tiffany, oh, I just can't do it on my hands, on my toes, that's fine. You don't have to. Good. You are about 20 seconds in, so you're halfway. If you're in a side plank, make sure you switch sides to the other side. Holding, holding, holding. If you've got your hands down, I want you to push away from the floor. Don't come here and sink. Push away from the floor. Squeeze your legs. Squeeze your bum. Good. You are almost there. Don't give up now. You made it this far. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, wherever you are, drop those knees. Go ahead and sit back to that child's pose. I've got you just for a few more minutes to stretch out just a touch. Then you're out of here, on with your Wednesday. About 5:20 last night, I couldn't quite understand or know what day of the week it was. One arm across. If you feel like you want to stand up, you can go ahead and do that. And thought, oh shoot, I hope I'm not supposed to be at the gym right now teaching. This COVID stuff, man, being at home all the time, I completely lose track of time. Don't know what day of the week it is. Don't know what time it is a lot of times. Good. I really hope you're taking care of yourself in these pandemic times. Although we can't maybe see people in person as much as we used to. Maybe you're connecting with them virtually. You all figured out Zoom, so you can absolutely figure it out for family too. I'm confident. I know you can do it. Hope you're taking time to maybe go for a walk, although it's cold. I even sit with 2 pairs of pants on in my house and know it's not even that cold. So put on an extra pair of pants and you can get outside, hands behind your back, stretching out. You've got a friend you can call. I'm on a perpetual text chain with about 7 of my friends. It's a great way just to check in with each other. Grab one of your legs. Even if it's something silly you saw, sharing it, just checking in to see how people are doing. Maybe find out what they're cooking, what they're baking. I've got a German background and I tried my hand at some Apfelkuchen last weekend. It's kind of fun to try some new stuff. The unfun part is eating it all yourself, but we'll talk about that another day. Good. Go ahead and spread those feet nice and wide. Take a deep breath up, open those legs, or bend those legs, open those arms. Bring those arms down. I'm gonna give you 2 more shots. Down, lift up. And exhale, you take a nice cleansing breath in. You deserve every second of that cleansing breath. And out. As always, high fives. Drop me a note. Let me know how you felt like those side leg lifts were. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Stay warm out there. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.
Yep.